Hi everyone, it's Peggy Merwin with Stamp with Peggy. Today is Monday, July 29th, the last Monday in July. Can you believe Thursday will already be at August? It's like, oh my goodness, where has the summer gone? Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. Hi Roseanne, thanks for watching. Tony and I had a camping weekend, just the two of us. And I didn't have a big stamping event that I had to prep for, so it was a very relaxing weekend. I read about 1 and probably 2/3 books. I'm hoping to be able to finish the second book yet this week because then it starts getting a little crazy again. But it was just really nice to get away. Hi Marianne, hi Kim, hi Judith, hi Linda. And I know I missed a couple in there. Sorry. Thanks so much for joining tonight. Pop in. Make sure you say hi. And what did you do this weekend? What kind of fun things? What kind of fun food did you make? I had a friend pick up some gluten-free goodies for me from a new bakery in Crystal Lake, which is the next town over. Rosie's Bakery, I think is the name of it. For those who live in the area, she got me a cinnamon bread that is to die for. I toasted it. I took some along this weekend. I only had one slice each morning with breakfast, but it was so yummy. Definitely worth a check out on that. She also got me a brownie from there and a breakfast crumble blueberry that was very good, but the cinnamon bread was to die for. That was awesome. Hi, Diane. Hi, Annette. Yes, exactly. Gluten-free cinnamon bread. It was really, really good. And it's been a while since I've had a treat like that because it's hard to get a bread that turns out decent. So, okay, I'm going to get you up over here so that I can watch for comments some. And I want to, okay, there we are. Okay, comments, likes, shares, all that fun stuff. Thank you again. We are growing a little slower than I'd like, but we're still growing, and that's wonderful. As little thank you gifts, I have, and both of them this time, I came across 2 brand new packages of opaque faceted gems. So these are the giveaways for this week, and the first lucky person is, and I'm going to kill the name again, Christy, I'm so sorry, Christy Flournoy. Like I said, sorry, I killed it. I've got your address. I'll get this popped in the mail to you. And the second lucky person of the opaque faceted gems is Annette Miriam. So Annette, I will pop those out in the mail to you. Thank you guys all so much for liking, sharing. There's been a lot of that, so that is awesome. Hi, Diane. Love sweets, don't we all? I'm trying to be better about that. My son has kind of, and I don't want to say shamed me, but he has done so amazing. He, I think I told once before, he was diagnosed diabetic back the beginning of January, and he completely changed his diet, and he has now officially lost 50 pounds. He hit under 200 pounds this weekend, so he is very thrilled about that, and it's just kind of got me motivated that, hello, it is time to do something. He took his A1C from something like 9.5 down to 5.5 in 4 months' time, so it's like, okay, if he can do this, then I can do this too, right? So I did have a little bread this weekend, so now it's time to be good and go back to some meat and veggies and all that fun stuff. Okay, tonight, let's see. Today's the 29th. You have 2 more days after today for bonus day coupons, and then that goes away. And then in August, you'll want to make sure that you redeem those coupons that you received, okay? I'm trying to think. I think that's everything. I've been sharing my summer splash projects, and I'm going to show you one of them because it is a magic sliding card, and that was a close-up of my face, goodness gracious, that everybody really liked. It's been a long time since we made one, but they were a little even with directions, so I thought, you know what, let's show you how to do one on the video. That way you can kind of go back and forth. And if I missed something in the directions to them, they can kind of get a better idea. And so we're going to go ahead and flip the camera down. Let's hope it all works today. Okay, we're down on that. It looks like it's awful big right now, so hang on here. Okay, we're going to come back up. Okay, looks like it's not too bad tonight. We're not on any buttons, we're not shutting anything down. Okay, we're a little bit more than I'd like to be, but I think it's not too bad. You're seeing a little bit more ick over here. But again, I will try to bring things up closer to the camera also. So here's one of the cards that the girls made at Summer Splash. It is the Bistro Burger stamp set. Here's to a great guy. And when you open it up, there you can write your little message. But there's a little pull tab here. And that little burger looks a little boring right now. But when you pull the tab, you get a lovely colored in hamburger and a nice little greeting in there. Okay? And it's just so much fun, right? Okay, so that's the card that they made at Summer Splash. So then I pulled out, and I didn't want you to see that yet, but we'll scoot it back out of the way. Okay, I'm using the Pocket Thoughts stamp set. I love this little cupcake. I just think it's so cute. And then we have Happy Birthday. There's a coordinating die set, the Pocket Thoughts dies. And it makes little pockets. Great for gift card holders. This one is great for a Magic Slider card. Okay, so this is what I used, was the largest one for this card. Okay, let's put those over to the side. And then we'll pull in, here's the card for today. So again, it opens up. I left the inside plain so you can do whatever, write your little message. And the card is just kind of, again, it's a cute little card, kind of a boring little cupcake, says happy birthday. But when you pull, you get the adorable little cute cupcake all colored in. When I die cut, I saved the cutoff piece so that that could be tucked inside, right? Isn't that cute? It's like, ta-da! Okay, so that's what we're going to make. All right, let me find my pieces. And I did a little bit ahead, not a lot, okay? So again, our card base, which is our normal card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. So fold it in half and burnish it really good. Okay, now we're going to scoot it over here. Oh, by the way, this is our host code again for a couple more days. And I'll try to, I can't figure out how to zoom in, I'm telling you. Okay, then I have 2 pieces of basic white, Hi Luann, that are 4 inches by 5 1/4. One goes inside. The other one is going to go on the front of our card. Okay, and then I have my die. So again, I showed you the Pocket Thoughts die. This is the largest one. It cuts it out. It scores it on 3 sides, cuts the angles out of the way, and then it also does the little hole punch there. Okay. I have a piece of Bright's Family designer paper. This is Coastal Cabana, and it is 3.5 by 4 3/4. Okay, so it's a 1/4 of an inch smaller than between my score lines. Okay, so first let's fold on our score lines, and I'm trying to bring it up close to the camera so that hopefully you can see. Okay, we're going to unfold it to run it through the die cut machine, but I like to make sure that my folds are all nice and crisp before I start. Okay, so there's the pocket that will go onto the front of our card. So we're going to adhere the designer paper onto the pocket, but before I do that, I'm going to line it up here at the top side to side. And I'm just going to, we don't have a punch that is that same size, so I'm just going to cut it. And I'm just following the line. Again, I kept it right up at the top, even with the top edge of the cardstock, so that when I slide it down, I still kind of get that little border. Okay, so again, we're going to adhere this onto the front of the pocket. And I want to make sure I get adhesive around that. Okay, and then we're just going to stick it on to the front of our card base or our pocket base. Okay, now we are going to take, and I had it right here, so now I got to find it. Okay, we're taking the second largest stylish shaped circle, and we're going to cut a hole right out of there. Okay, so we're going to get our stamp cut and emboss machine out here. We're going to move stuff so that we can do this. Okay, this is where I'm going to unfold those folded under pieces for now, and then we'll tuck them back under again. Okay, we're just going to do side to side, and I'm kind of going up and down a little bit. Okay, we're just going to stick that down. We're going to put our top plate on. Look at this. Even though I say top plate, do not cut, somebody did. And then apparently we were a little too tight because we got a crack also. Okay, so then we're going to send it through. That was nice and calm, wasn't it? Let's get it out of here. Okay. And set it down out of the way. That's it. We are done with that. Okay. So now we're going to take the circles out. Put our die back so that we don't lose it. Okay. So now I've got a cute little stitched edge around. And I'm going to separate these. You can do whatever you want with this one. Use it on another card. We aren't going to use it here. But I punched a basic white 2 3/8 inch circle. We are going to adhere that right onto there. Not quite yet, but okay. So I'm going to start with Memento ink, because I'm going to color with the Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to use my I was going to say butterfly, my cupcake stamp with Memento. Okay, and I'm going to stamp it right down on there. And then I'm going to clean it off good. I'm going to move my Memento. That's just a fun word to say. And I know this is really filthy and dirty. It's really not, but it just looks like it. It stains. Okay, we're going to leave that sit there because we're going to use it again in a minute. Okay, I am going to go ahead and color this, and I am using Pecan Pie Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to use the brush end just because it's a little faster. I'm starting with the light, and I'm way far away, aren't I? Let's see if I can do this. Okay, and then it is a little hard to color this way, I do have to say, right? Okay, and I'm just going to color in the whole thing. But then I'm going to take the dark one. Hi, Nancy. Okay, I'm going to take the dark one, and I'm kind of going to do like a little shadow up underneath this fun frosting. Trying to be able to see under the camera, but still make sure I'm showing. Okay, and then I'm going to come down a couple of these. I'm not going to do like every other. We're just giving it a little depth look so that it's not all exactly the same. Okay, so there's our liner. And then I'm going to use, we don't have a Coastal Cabana set of Stampin' Blends. We have Pool Party or we have the new Summer Splash. So I'm going to use Summer Splash. I'm using the light first, and I'm going to color the whole thing. Okay, this one I got to do down. I'll bring it back up. Okay, I'm going to just color all of it with the light Summer Splash. Again, this was a 2 3/8 inch punched circle that is going to be adhered onto the second largest stylish shape die. Okay, then I'm going to take the dark and I'm going to highlight and color in a couple little areas just to give it some contrast. And again, I will bring it back up here in a minute, because then I'm going to show you something else to get yet a little more contrast to it. Okay, we're going to come around here and here. Isn't it just so summery-ish? All right, I want this one dark too. Okay, now I have a little bit of light, and I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it's okay, because what I was going to do is pull in the color lifter. Now, everybody thinks when they hear the color lifter that this is to take color completely off, and that's not true. Like if you go out of the lines to do this, you can lighten it a little bit, but not completely. Okay, and so then some of these lighter areas, I'm just going to use the color lifter over it, and you can see it's kind of starting a little bit so that you can get the light frosting just a little bit lighter. So there's a little more contrast. It kind of pulls the color out a little bit. Okay, so that we have just a little more contrast. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere it onto our stylish shape that we cut out of the pocket. Sorry, my computer just went black again. And I'm going to make sure that it's adhered really good, especially around the edges. And I'm going to stick it right onto that die cut. Remember, the liquid glue allows you to kind of move it around a little bit. And I forgot to do this. Well, okay, I'm going to kind of change the card just a little bit. I'm going to use the basic black marker, the Stampin' Right marker, which this one does sell by itself. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of jazz it up a little bit here. Hi, Teresa. Thanks for joining. Better late than never, right? This is the good old country style, the little wiggles and jiggles and dots, but it just kind of gives it a little bit more. You could do little dashes or little dots or... Okay. So look at how cute that is. And again, it fits right back into there. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this one on the inside so that I don't lose track of it. And again, this is a 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this plain white one on the front. And I got to keep stopping myself each step to make sure I'm not missing. Okay, so our card base is ready. Now, and I need one more piece I thought I cut. Okay, what is this one? Is just under right there. Okay, I got to grab and cut one more piece. I thought I had it. basic white. That is 5 inches. 5/8. Okay. I'm going to bring my trimmer over just in case I missed something. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is, let me think a minute. Okay. I have a piece of window sheet here that is 3 5/8 by 4 1/4. 3 5/8 by 4 1/4. And that is going to go just like that. Okay, it's going to end up getting glued right down in there. But before we do that, this white piece is going to get glued onto the back of here. So the first thing that we want to do is kind of line things together. We're not adhering them yet. Okay. And we're going to, okay, hopefully you're not too far away here. Okay, I put green glue because it lets me move a little bit. Make sure you have any slivers or anything off from there. Okay, so now again, this white one is just going to get laid right onto there. And I might have to take a little bit off the top. Nope. Okay, so for right now, we're just going to hold it in place where it should be. And then we're going to take our cupcake piece and we're going to adhere it down. Okay, so we can turn it so that it's where it needs to be. And again, that's why the green glue works really well. Okay, now we can move this and we can make sure it sticks down. Okay. And then we're going to lay the window sheet right over the top of it. Now the cool thing, we have photopolymer stamps. We can see right where we're going to stamp, okay? But on a window sheet, you have to use StazOn. Now I'm going to tell you, StazOn is not a real good friend of photopolymer. So it is very, very important that you clean it right away. So I am pulling out my dirty old scrub pad, okay? And I'm using our StazOn cleaner to make sure that I get it all good and clear. Okay, I have a brand new StazOn pad here. Okay, all right. So I'm going to ink it up with the StazOn. It's lined up with my piece, so then I can just look right over the top of it and I can stamp it. Now you want to make sure that you just go straight down, you don't scoot it at all, because it will, that didn't, yeah, we're going to try it again. It will scoot on you, okay? All right, let's see. Hopefully I can. Okay. All right. And then we're going to put StazOn cleaner right on here. And then we're going to scrub it off right away. Okay. And then I'm going to get my good old-fashioned cleaner out. And we're going to scrub it with regular water to make sure that we get all of that StazOn and the StazOn cleaner. The chemicals react with each other, and it will, if you keep it on there long enough or use it repeatedly, it can start to break down the photopolymer plastic, okay? That's why we want to do that. That it wasn't too bad for stamping twice, right? Okay, so now, because we lined these both up at the bottom, we know that we are pretty straight on, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to use tear and tape, and we're going to stick that right onto our window sheet, right along the edge. Oops. And then right along the edge. Okay. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go right by the circle, top and bottom. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to stick, oops, and I'm losing my screen. Okay, there we go. All right, so you're peeling that off. You're peeling this off. And you know, with tear and tape, burnish over it, rub over it really good, and then it will stick down so that when you go to peel it, it doesn't peel back up. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and stick it down to the bottom. And we want it as straight as we can. Okay. And how are we? We are still good. Okay. So then we're going to fold these edges back in again. We're going to go back to our tear and tape because we want to make sure we have really strong tape. And we're going to put tape on those flaps. Okay. So again, these aren't hard. There's just steps to them. You know, sometimes we do really quick and easy cards. Sometimes we do cards that take a little longer. That's for the special people. Again, I go back to one of the first groups I worked with when I became a demonstrator, and they used to always say people had to be card worthy. I'm like, no, everybody's card worthy. Some are just worthy of a better card than others, right? Some you can get away with the card that doesn't quite line up right. Okay, so I tore the edge off from that. We're going to flip it over. We're going to take our cupcake that's colored. And again, I'm kind of putting my finger over that tape edge a little bit so that I can make sure that my circles are lined up. My top edge is good. And then we're going to go ahead and stick that edge down. Okay, so it looks like that right now, kind of like a book. Now we can go ahead and take off the bottom one. And I'm just going to start the left side. Come on. Okay. But again, I'm going to work from this way so that I can see for sure. All right, and then we can pull this strip out and we have our pocket. Okay, it's all cutely decorated. All right, now we take another piece of white, and this is the one I might have to cut down a little bit. Nope, it's gonna work. Look at that. All right, we need to cut it down, and I want it to go, right to there, so we're gonna go just under 5 inches. See what we've got right now. Let's go 4 7/8. Will that take care of it? Okay, we're going to go in, and we're still, there we go. Okay, so now we have just a plain card, and then when you pull it up, you get that fun. Okay, now what I thought, and I didn't do it on the first one, I kind of thought what I would do is stamp some sparkles around on this white one. Now it's going to take a guess at where. Okay, so I've got my Coastal Cabana. I have a sparkle stamp that is from the Happiest Day stamp set. Everyone at Summer Splash received this stamp set. So here's the little sparkles. And we're going to see if we can't just kind of eyeball-ish and kind of give ourselves a few little sparkles when we have the plain black and white cupcake. And then we can just add some extras on the tops and sides and bottom, because this one is only to hide, right? Okay, let's clean that off. And let's see if we did it. We slip it back down in there. Come on. Okay, we're going to take just a hair off the side so that it slides down in there a little easier. Whoops. I want this as my top. Look at that. Okay, we could add a couple more right in here, but it gives us, it adds a little bit more to that plain black and white one. Okay, so let's see about right there. All right, then I took the 1 3/4 inch circle punch with a leftover piece of the designer paper, okay? And I'm going to adhere that right onto the top here. So then let's go ahead and fill that in, okay? And now I'm going to use, let's close this up before I get it everywhere. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our liquid glue. And again, we're just going to slide that onto there, go side to side. We're just going to flip that to the back. And yes, I am going to leave it like that this time. Okay. Then I'm going to take a good old-fashioned hole punch. It's an 1/8 of an inch hole punch. And we're going to punch a little hole, centering it side to side. And I have a piece of the 1/2 inch striped ribbon. It's kind of see-through. I don't know, I cut about an 8-inch piece, fold it in half, poke the folded edge through the hole, and then tuck the ends through that and pull it snug. And you just kind of keep working. Don't pull real hard or you will pull and make a hole. Okay. All right, then we're going to go ahead and cut those off. So we have a fun little pull tab that slides down in. Look at how cute. Okay, then that can go on the front of our card. And I think, again, when I did, maybe not. I think this one will work just fine. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put adhesive all over. We're going to center that onto the front of our card like we always do. Okay, and then I took the Everyday Detail dies, the smallest circle. It's a different size than the Stylish Shapes, and I stamped Happy Birthday in Memento. And I just realized I forgot my dimensionals. How is that possible? Okay, and we're going to put that down here in the corner. So I want one here, I want one here, and then I'm going to put one of these right up here. Okay, isn't it fun? And I mean, just imagine all of the, for Christmas, all of the fun, like a stocking, and you could have, when you pull it up, it's a plain stocking here, but when you pull it up, you have the little things coming out of it. Okay, we're going to add that right onto the front, and ta-da! Isn't that just so cute? Oh, I forgot. I have, which ones? The Ombre Matte Decorative Dots. And we are going to add some of the little ones right to the front of our card. Like that, and then we're going to add another one right there. Okay, and so there's our fun stripes and circles. Okay, and this one, like I said, this one was the first one I did, and I didn't think about adding some little sparkles so that it's a little more festive. And then on the second one, I used a darker color on here, and then I also added the little lines and dots just to pretty it up a little bit more. Okay. All right, you guys, 2 more days to work on your cards for the July Card Sketch Challenge. Okay. Next week, I will do the winner on that, and then we'll have a brand new fun card sketch for August. And that's exactly, see the little ribbon pulls it out. Where's my other little masculine one here? That's the hamburger one if you missed it. Okay, so there's so many things you can do, but decorating that extra white piece, it depends how much space. I wanted to show more designer paper this time and not have quite as big of an area. Okay, so hopefully you guys understand a magic slider card a little bit better so that you can make a bunch of these. Okay, everybody have a fabulous week. Again, don't forget 2 more days for the Card Sketch Challenge, 2 more days to earn bonus coupon codes. Here's our, let's back it up a little bit. There we go. There is our host code yet for this month. And then at the end of the week, I will create a new one that I will share with you next week. Everybody have a fabulous week. See you next Monday.